Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.
Ẹ̀yin olóyin ojú ọ̀nà ẹ wo nǹkan tẹ́ sọ wá trailer driver dà nígbà pé bẹ́yàn bá ra ń jẹ lọ́wọ́ yín kò ní tèsì kankan ẹ tọ́jú ẹ tọ́mú ẹ tọ́tẹ̀ ni èyàn yóò fẹ́ lè máa bí léèrè pé tí ẹ lọ́kàn lé báyìí nígbà tó oúnjẹ tí ẹ bá rà lọ́wọ́ yín kò ní kókó àwa gan ti ń dáná fúnra wa ẹ ti rí oúnjẹ tá a bá rà lọ́wọ́ yín nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àkóòtù pọ̀ ju oúnjẹ tẹ́ ń tà lọ ẹ wo ojú ọbẹ̀ tí ẹ lè sọ pé trailer driver ló ṣe bẹ̀ yìí ẹ ti rí àjẹǹjẹ yín mà àwa gan ti fẹ́ máa dáná fúnra wa.
Yes! Return that money back. Give him the money back. Give him the money back. Yes! Give him the money back.
Mo kí gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi, mo kí wa pé a kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣeré. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ìyá, mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n, mo kí àbúrò. Èmi ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín, ààyè ọpẹ́ yọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà gba kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó ni lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó yìí àti ní ìlú òyìnbó àti ní ilẹ̀ aláwọ̀ dúdú ó wá ṣe kí ni ó ti wá kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo ti èyí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
All right, so to my guy at the top, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, CON, Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare. Sir, I don't know if you have seen this very disturbing and triggering news that the FCT doctors are going on an indefinite strike. It is a very, very big problem. I am even restless. As I see the news, I did restless. Let me give you an instance. That if they rush somebody go hospital, maybe a pregnant woman, they rush her go hospital, then the country says she get complication, and then they need to do a surgery. Doctor no day. Do you know how crazy that is? Doctor no day. Maybe Pikin swallow something, he hook for small Pikin throat, Pikin of 2 years, you know how children they play. You rush the Pikin go hospital. Doctor no day. There's some problem where person will get emergency. Accident, emergency. Doctor no day. Do you know how crazy this is? In the whole city, doctor no day, they don't go strike. Indefinite strike, meaning say they don't know when they'll come back. Do you understand? Sir, please, I'm calling your attention to this because me self, I'm scared. And right now, me self no feel well. Imagine going to the hospital, they can't go see one thing for my body. They want to operate me. Doctor no day. Do you understand? I know you might not relate. Because if they decide to, maybe if we do investigation deep now, we decide to check your medical record, you know they even treat yourself for Nigeria. I'll not be surprised because even our president, no, they treat himself for Nigeria. Our last president, Buhari, now for hospital, for abroad, now buy. So if you self know they treat yourself for Nigeria, I will understand. But me, I can relate. Do you understand? I can relate because I'm a ghetto boy. I'm a street boy. I know what the street people are going through. Do you understand? And me, I relate to their problem because I see. No, every time, oh, very dark man, we need this. So me, I know. I beg, sir, please, you have to do something about it. Please. I know most of you, the elites, you don't treat yourself in Nigeria, or you go to the private hospitals. But I beg, the small one they manage, we need to manage it well. Please, this is a very big problem. Please, sir. I don't know. We are giving you like 3 days to please. I'm not giving you ultimatum, but I beg, in like 3 days' time, please look at this matter. We don't want a reason why we know your office. We don't want any reason why we have to come to your office. Right? With all the doctors, we have to pull up in your office. Come stay there, may you remember. I don't know what the problem is. Other countries, they treat doctors like gold. That's why a lot of doctors, they come up from here because I know they respect doctors enough. That's why they run away. Person go study medicine here, they run. It's not studying to actually work in Nigeria for the benefit of Nigerians. They are working to go abroad and go and have a better life. Because this place, don't value doctors and nurses. And you know why? Because the politicians don't use our public hospitals. There are people that are supposed to be earning high in this country. See, doctor, nurse, police, teachers, but all these people now steadily they hold their money. Police go finish service, they go to cry for pension and gratuity. They don't chop your money, all in work, nothing to show for them. Doctor go to cry, say they hold their money. Doctors for public hospitals for crying out loud. People where they save lives. Teachers go to complain, no respect for these four professions, and it's sad. It's sad. I don't believe people should leave Nigeria, but the way things they go on these days, let's say, man, if you get opportunity to go, you will go. Because there's no respect for these professions, and it's sad. Indefinite strike, meaning say they don't know when they'll come back, like they are gone. And you will not blame them. When I see the news, I panic. I'm like, these people don't get conscience, even at that. But they also need money to run their family. Person a doctor know me say if your own person is sick, they'll treat them free. You go pay. Because the syringe, they buy them. So if you go National Hospital now, no level, no doctor. If you go MC now, FMC for Abuja now, no doctor. Professor, please sir, with all due respect, I don't want reason why I will make you be the first person, Minister for Health, I mean of Health, where they will protest against. Do you understand? But this one is scary. If it was another thing, we'll go say, okay, doctors know the hospital. You know the kind of problem that is. Doctors know the hospital. Like, sit down now, close your brain. May you close your eye, may you imagine them. Doctors are not in the hospital. But again, like I said, I will not fault you. Because the people at the top have already taught you people. The pawns, they've taught you how to do it. President, they go abroad, go they treat himself. Vice President, the same thing. Everybody, the same thing. House of Rep members, abroad. Mentality of slaves. Big mentality of slaves. Because make it make sense. Every time, oh, we want to go for vacation and check up, our politicians. But those people never ever come to Nigeria to come and do vacation and check up. See? You see? President, they travel. None of them don't travel come. It's a shame and a disgrace. You see where Buhari, a former president, by. It's a shame. It's a slap to the whole Nigeria. That Buhari himself, that was the president, did not believe his country enough to treat himself here. Nibo, the same thing. Any small thing, France. No hope for the country. We didn't look, they laugh. But it's not cruise. I beg. Sir, with all due respect, sir. With all due respect, sir. Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, with all due respect, sir. It would be nice if you look into this in 3 days. It would be really nice to help all of us. I'm speaking on behalf of the people on the streets. Please, thank you very much. But if you decide to play, you gotta learn, and you will actually learn the hard way. Don't play.
Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.
So why have you brought her here?
I brought her here because we've been married for a while, for like 15 years now. And then throughout the course of the marriage, we've had our own share of ups and downs in marriage. And then I noticed that most of the issues that we discussed, the issues raised, whether genuine or not, that we discussed, and I believe that we were able to resolve. Down within her, she still bruised on them. And then she uses that, or maybe not only that, to create unnecessary issues at home. Like, she doesn't want me to talk at home. She just wants to be in charge of the home. Any small thing, she's shouting at me. The most annoying part about her shouting at me is I told her that we've had our issues in the past that we shouted at each other, and I said, okay, this thing has to stop. But she likes to do it in the presence of her children. I told her several times she loves to do it. So she does a lot of things, and at some point, I developed high blood pressure at home. She's aware. And if I know that she's aware, because recently, before what brought us here happened, she told me, specifically October last year, that don't worry, I will do something very soon to shock you. And I know the BP you have. I caused it. And this one I'm going to do is going to raise the BP and it's going to kill you. She told me that. That was October last year. She was just beasting. And she said this. And I would like to place it out for everybody watching. If that is what women think it's really happening. Because she told me that she will show me that she's a woman and whatever she says is what will be believed. So I need that to be on the record. So we've had issues in the past, so many issues, but I try to let them go. For like 5-6 years now, I've tried to maintain peace as much as possible with her home. But one thing I discovered is that why I thought I was building a home with her, it turned out that she was just deceiving me all this while. Your Honor, September last year, my wife, I can still call her, though she said that I shouldn't be referring to her as that. And the children, we have 2 children. we were all together at Lakwe Lake Resort for a week. Yes, it was still a workplace, but I joined her thinking that it was a family picnic, thinking that it was a family time to, get together and all that. I never knew that despite all we had then, the beautiful moments we had, she had something in her. She was preparing, planning. Shortly after that outing, I traveled and I came back. And before I traveled, actually, because these days when she starts her troubles, she knows how to use that silent treatment. And all I do most time is that I just let her be. Because I've come to realize that when she starts trouble at home, initially, we have our own personal house built by us. But some years ago, I noticed that she started trouble on top of that house alone. In fact, she sees the document of the house. She said, she still threatened me with that document recently, before what she did, that she would sell the house, she would do this, she would do that, after all she has, but that's not even the issue. But why I brought that in is that for like 6-7 years now, I had a place outside that I rented. I rented that place because of work anyway, and she knows they come there, the family comes around for holidays, or even at times, like take for example last year, August, she wasn't around because of her job, and it happened to be the time when the children were on holiday. They were with me, the children were with me throughout the entire August last year, until she came back. So they come around all along like that. But I noticed like that when we went to Lakwe last year, when we came back to that same apartment, I noticed that she moved all her things. She has moved all her things. And I asked her, especially the pictures on what have you. And she was asking me, she doesn't know. I know her stock in trade when it comes to lying flippantly. She doesn't care whether I know that she's lying or not. And she was even telling me, maybe it's people, it's the girlfriends. And I know she normally brings in that accusation of girlfriends that she cannot substantiate. So
how long have you lived apart now?
Ma?
How long have you lived apart?
That we've been apart.
Lived apart. You said you live
No, not. I didn't live apart.
Okay.
I stayed there for work. So I come home at times weekends, most time weekends, but at times when she starts trouble at home, I just stay away. At times 2 weeks.
You got an apartment somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of my work. I was working at on the island actually. Then we are on the mainland.
When did you start working on the island?
Ma?
You've been working on the island all this while.
No. I started working at the island in 2019, and that's when I got the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a backup apartment.
Yes.
Where you stay during the week.
Yes.
And come home at weekends.
Yes.
And at times the children comes to you during holiday.
Yes.
She doesn't come.
She comes.
Okay.
She comes, except if she's not around, like last year, August, that she wasn't around. So it was only the children that were.
I came around.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I was actually building a home with her, but I never knew she wasn't building a home with me, because she tried all sort of things to manipulate me, to manipulate people against me. I knew my mom for 39 years. We never had issue. 2019, the year my mom died, for 1 month, I didn't talk to my mom because she manipulated my mom. For that 1 month, I was angry with her because of, I don't know how she plays the matter, how she manipulated my mom, that my mom also didn't bother to ask me what happened. She was angry with me, and both of us are angry. Until I got to know later that she even told my mom that she knows how to package a story. Like, my mom didn't know about Lekki. My mom doesn't stay here in Lagos. But she told my mom, I rented a place in Lekki. I've got another woman there, that I even bought a car for the woman. And she did this, she knows how to gaslight, because she did it in a way that she was telling my mom. My mom told me this later, that she was telling my mom that the money I should have been sending home, I was wasting it at Lekki or thereabout. And that got my mom angry. And it caused a rift, serious rift between me and my mom, until we were able to settle it. In fact, the last day I spoke with my mom still referred to it. I never knew to what the last day we talk. She still referred to it. Don't be angry about the other day. I said, Ma, don't forget, we sorted it. I've noticed that for one thing at home, even when I'm done, she doesn't care. Sometimes 2021, I recall, I was at my apartment there. I was down. I thought I would die. This woman here never placed the call. The parents were aware. The parents kept calling me, and the parents would even be the one to call her, to even ask me, has she called you? And I'll be like, no, but you can talk to her. She's your child. Throughout that period. And there were other situations like that. that she will not care. I don't know. Whatever that is, because we didn't start like that. I must be sincere. But I don't know. Now, that period I said I came home November last year, I was down with with that high problem, with headache and all that. She didn't say anything. That week, she just told me she was going somewhere weekend, though. I said, okay, where? She didn't bother. Okay, how do you want to get there? Because part of my own concern, how do you want to get there? If it's something that I can arrange, or if something, because most of the time I've been a driver. It's not that she cannot drive, but at times, there's some places I know she may not be confident enough to drive to. I drive her. So many interviews she had for jobs. I've been the one driving her. Anytime she has a job that she does in Abuja.
She's your wife.
Ma?
She's your wife.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying.
The two of you can be everywhere together.
Yes, I'm just saying. Because when she says things, you feel like it's like Dave is not there for her. And when it comes to the issue of financial, of moral support, or what have you,
you know what I want to suggest? Let's hear from her, then you can respond as well. But why are you here?
Okay, yes.
You have not told me why.
I'm here now because remember last year we had an issue at home. Oh, no, we didn't have an issue initially anyway. I was done when that day I said she said she was going out. She left home very early in the morning on that Saturday. No goodbye, no whatever. I was down. I couldn't take care of myself, not take care of children. I woke up and I was like, okay, maybe she had made a plan for the children. I noticed that no plan for the children. So I asked the children, what happened? What are you guys going to do? They said, okay, they have their series. Because when I come home like that, I buy their series. So they said they have series. And okay, take your series. So I didn't hear from my wife that day. I tried reaching her. She wasn't picking her call. I have the record there. Until around 4 p.m., I called her father. That I couldn't see my wife. And the father said, it's like she told me that so. I said, but she didn't tell me. And that got me angry, I must say. We are home. And I told the father, and the father's okay, he will reach out to her. And whichever we want to know the other. I didn't see her in short until around 8:30 p.m. that day, at night, since morning. So when she was coming back, I already told the father, I said, I will not allow her introduce us to do. She'll go back to where she was coming. Yeah, it could be, I was angry. And the father said, no, you don't need to do that. I said, but this is wrong. The father was even trying to say, no, you can't do that. I said, well, it's not about me whether I can't do that. She has done worse than that to me in the past. That was the time I was coming home at night like that. She locked me out. We landed in the police station that night. But she didn't allow me to come in my house or our house that would be together. So that one was just by the way. I can't be mentioning all the things that happened to call the church. So when she came home that night and she was at the gate, I was not even strong enough to even say I'm struggling with her. I was at the gate and she was trying to open. Later I left the gate and she opened the gate. And I told her, where are you coming from? Go back to where you're coming from. And typical of, I knew she was waiting for something to erupt so that she can actualize whatever she has been planning. Then she went back to her car. And she started talking, shouting at me. Even my mom that was there, she likes to do that. She will send me to my mom, as we say in Yoruba, sending me to my mom. Oh my God, yeah, this and that. So she left. Like 3 or 4 minutes after she left, I have the record on my phone. I called her 4 times. She didn't pick. I was calling her to even tell her that I better come back home. It's night. I'm not. If that's all I said, you know that I meant it. She didn't pick the call. I called the father, and the father told me that he was talking to her. So after a while, I kept calling the father. I don't know whatever she told the father didn't pick my call several times that night. So I asked the children. Despite the fact I was not even okay that period, it was night. I asked the children, where do you think your mom can go to? They said maybe she can go to one of our friends' place that we know. I said, okay, guy, let's go. I drove there to look for her, and they told me that she was not there. But I believe that those people knew where she was, but they were playing. I said, okay, no problem. I left. I came back home. So throughout that night, my children, I was even asking the last one to hit. That one refused to hit. The elderly brother, that one said, okay, we'll make noodles. They took care of themselves that night. So the following morning, I tried to reach her. I noticed that she had blocked me. And that's blocking I'm talking about till this moment as I speak. I've not been able to call her line. I can't reach her on any form. From this thing. I was sending an SMS, but I noticed that SMS they were not dropping her some of the, even on our wedding day, I still sent her SMS, even after all that happened.
On our what?
On our wedding anniversary, rather.
Okay.
Wedding anniversary. I still sent her, that was November 20. That thing happened to November 23. Even on her birthday, I still sent her a big birthday message, even though I know she's doing whatever she's doing. So that Sunday morning, I called a friend who has been privy to what happens in her home, who has been involved on several occasions. So like, okay, it will not have started again. Please let me talk to her. So that friend of mine was intervening. He was able to reach her. And he was the one that would say, your wife, he did not tell me that your wife said, don't come home. I mean, that you should leave home. I don't want to meet you at home. If I meet you at home, anything can happen. So my friend has said, if that's the case, Dave, leave the house. You know how you do it now. Leave her for another 1 week or 2 weeks. Maybe she she couldn't. So I had to take the children to her friend's house. Okay, please help me. I know you guys know where she to know is, so please help me call her. She can come home. So I left the home. About 2 weeks after, in the course of that, my friend was trying to mediate, and he kept telling me that your wife is not listening. It's like she don't plan this thing, and all that. I said, okay, if it's the case, let's give her a month. But at some point, I couldn't let it be. I didn't hear from my children. Even I thought I can't hear from her. That October, for instance, when I traveled, she was not listening, receiving my calls. But at least she was allowing me to talk to the children on her phone. I said, okay. I couldn't reach out see the children. And these are the children of which one of them has been having an issue, a teenager, our firstborn. He was run away from home like 2 times. I don't know if he has done more than that now, when I've not seen them. So I left after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I left the house. When my friend was mediating, I decided to go home. My friend said, no, go home. This woman plans something. I said, whatever. If I go home, she pours her on me. I said, I won't care. It will be on the record that Nami Mariam. So before I went home that day, because we've had our issues before at the domestic violence, whatever, I went there to syndicate that please, will this happen? And I need to go home in case anything happens. And they even told me that she was with them earlier to come and complain, but they didn't see any serious reason for them to contact me. That's why they didn't contact me. So I went home that night, ma. We have a 4-bedroom flat, built, fully furnished. I got home, ma. Nothing is remaining in our house. She packed everything.
You didn't meet her at home?
I didn't meet her at home. I didn't meet children. I didn't meet anything called asset. Even a pin in our house. I have a video here that I did when I got to the house that night. Even a pin, I didn't meet it. We have 4-bedroom flat. Mattress in each room. She packed everything. The furniture said that she's claiming that she bought. Because she's claiming that she bought everything in the house. And I don't know how that's possible. She packed everything. Even the generator. Because when she was complaining about the generator at home, the one I bought in Lekki that is even second hand, she said, she wants something like that. I said, don't worry. I took my time. I saved up. I bought a new one for them. Big one, 4.5 kV. She packed it. I just bought them a deep freezer. Big one. I need to mention it for people to know what things she packed in the house, because people have been asking me, what did she take? She took everything. Anything called. So it's so funny that even my frames on the wall, she packed them. Till now, I'm still asking myself, because she has been telling story of all the places we've been going to justify herself. She packed my frames. With my baby frames, she packed it. She packed everything in the house.
Pictures of when you were small?
Yes.
That's what you mean?
Yes. But the police stations, they've been involved. The DPO, at some point, the DPO wanted to prostrate for her, to let peace reign. And I was like, no, sir, I can't prostrate. I don't know, maybe the man was just saying, should I prostrate for you? Madam, please let peace reign. And the man said he will keep intervening. One of the women there, the police officers there, has been contacting both of us, talking to me, talk to her and all that. We've taken the matter back to domestic violence. She wouldn't allow them to mediate, to solve it. At some point, I took a matter to gender desk, because I felt like, okay, at this point, people are saying, leave the asset aspect, concentrate more on the children. So I said, okay, let me look for unfettered asset to my children. She didn't let us have a head-on there. So, and it was because of that I talked to my lawyer, and my lawyer said, don't you know about justice court? I said, I know, that it never occurred to me. That take your matter to justice court.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the opportunity. As he said, we have been married for about 15 years. And I'm not surprised by all he has said. That is the way he is. He has a history of domestic violence. After we got married, he told me, come, I stooped to conquer. In my family, men are worshipped. He said that in his family, they worship men. That whatever he does to me, nobody can hold him accountable for it, that I belong to him. So he started demonstrating all manners of wickedness, even things that should not cause issues.
When was that?
We got married in 2010. He started generating...
When did you notice this?
2 weeks after we got married.
How many children do you have?
2.
You have 2 children between?
Yes.
Okay.
2 weeks after we... Even things that should not cause it, they will make a big issue out of it and start beating me. There was a day, my tailor that has a shop adjoining to our house said her light tripped off and she needed power supply to iron clothes. I said, madam, you can come in. There's no problem. And I plugged her iron in our sitting room for her to iron. She ironed the clothes and left. So later when he came, I said, it's like we have a power supply issue in the compound, that the shops outside, they don't have like that. We're even fortunate to have like that. The tailor there came to iron clothes. And he was like, what? A tailor came to iron clothes in my house. I was like, calm down. It was the sitting room. I didn't take her inside the room. That's the way I was raised. Our gates are always open. No. He beat me up on top of that issue. At some point, he told me, even if I beat you, blind your eyes, knock out all your teeth, you are my wife and you will remain my wife. Nobody can do anything about it. I tried to tolerate it. I kept on managing the situation. This issue of the worship men in their family caused his loss of job. Few months after we got married, barely 3 months after we got married, he lost his job because his supervisor was a woman and he was rude to that woman and his appointment was terminated. He came home jobless. Newly married, I was already pregnant. So I had to take up the family responsibilities. House rent, baby things, delivery, everything. Buy everything. When I had that first child, he told me that his mother that will come and stay. I said, well, my parents will come for the naming ceremony, which my parents did. But I told my mom, he said his mom will stay. Both of you cannot stay. So my parents had to go back the day after the naming ceremony. For the first one, I had courts in my private parts. After my parents left, Dave and his people never helped me with anything in the house. I would sit like this and be turning amala for them. And they will sit comfortably and eat. Nobody will help me with baby clothes. I will wash the baby clothes, sweep, do all the domestic chores. I was doing my master's in public health at Latun Araba. We were living at Fagba. Before leaving home in the morning, I will cook what they will eat before leaving for school. When I come back from school late in the evening, I will still come and cook for them and come and wash my baby clothes in the night. The mother was coming. She came with a child, one of his nieces, 8 years old then. His other sister from Ikorodu also brought her own daughter. Nobody told me that any child will come. We had 2 children with the mother-in-law. Dave was not working. I was responsible for all the upkeep, feeding and everything. And I was working as a slave. But I was trying not to talk so that they would not say it's arrogance because the husband is not working. Dave told me, I know it's not easy, but I cannot help you to do anything. If I help you now, my mother will say you have enslaved me. The mother cannot do without eating pap every morning. I will carry a big bowl like this on my head to go and grind corn for his mother. When I was going to resume work and I was negotiating for crèche, the owner of the crèche said, were you the one that delivered in that house? I said, yes. I thought you were their house help because you're always washing clothes outside. Even the clothes of people that came to stay, I was washing clothes for all of them, including undies. I bore everything in silence. They didn't see anything wrong with me feeding them and paying house rent, buying diaper, buying everything, but they saw everything wrong with helping me. Because they believe as a wife, I should be a slave to them. I tolerated everything. When I was about to resume work from maternity leave, I thought the mother would stay at least to be taking care of that child. Mama said she was leaving. My dad drove with 52 tubers of yam from Ekiti when I delivered. His relatives will come from Ikorodu, from Ibadan. They started packing it small. Less than a month, everything disappeared. I told him at some point, I said, when your people want to take things, please let me know. It's not right for me to enter the kitchen and see that rice has gone halfway, yams are disappearing. The mother left. After the mother, I told him, I said, see, this was not easy for me, but I had to bear. Please, when I have my next baby, let my mother come and stay with me, at least for 1 month. I said, if it is not wickedness, I should not be sitting like this and be doing semo, doing amala for you. I said, that is wickedness. I said, please let my mom come when I have the next baby by the grace of God. When I had the second child, it was by CS. My mom came. I didn't know they were already putting my mom under pressure. That his mother wanted to go. Mom just said, I'll be leaving next week after the name. I said, why? He said, I didn't know she was under pressure to leave. She left. Dave did not tell me that his mother was coming. When my mom left that Sunday morning, he just came to tell me, I want to go and pick my mom at Beggar. I said, you didn't tell me she would be coming. He didn't answer. He went to pick the mother. The mother came. As usual, came with another child. They sat. He got a job around that time. He lost it again because of this issue of men being worshipped in their family. He found it difficult to maintain a job at that time. The mother came. I was bearing all the household expenses again at that time. The same thing, nobody was going to help me. A colleague came to visit me from the office less than 2 weeks after CS. She met me in the kitchen turning semo, and the woman busted into tears. He said, she had delivered baby through CS, that for 3 months, even the cup she wants to use to drink water, somebody must help her to pick it. I said, well, that is where I have found myself, and I have to bear it. I bore it all. Then in 2015, Dave got a job at the Lagos State House of Assembly with Honorable Mudashiru Obasa. Meanwhile, before he got that job, I told him, I said, the rent we are paying in this house is too much. Let's try and find a place where we can start our own building projects. We moved into that house, 900,000 naira total package. Everything came from my account, not a dime from Dave. The subsequent years we paid, 600,000 also came from my account, not a dime from him. I said, this money is too much. At that time, I said, let's get our own place. I said, I have some money saved in my account. Let's look for land. We got that land. I paid. I have the receipts. The payment slip is right here with me that I used to pay for that land. Then I said, okay, I still have 1 million in my account. Let me transfer it to your account so that you can start the building project. You can be monitoring and supervising. I transferred that 1M to his account. I have the slip here too. Then I gave him my ATM card. That was not the first time he would have my ATM card. When he lost his job, I handed my card to him, like, so that he would not feel, so that he will not be depressed, so that he will not feel less than a man. No matter the amount they withdraw from my card, I have never asked him what he did with the money. I will just receive the alarm, back down. I will believe he doesn't waste money. He must have withdrawn the money for a cogent reason. That was the way he was abusing me and beating me all the time. I was bearing it all, trying to build a home. Because my parents actually warned me not to marry him. They said the way they see him is like he's hiding some behavior that will come on. So I was even ashamed to tell them I was in trouble. So I kept enduring it. Then he got a job in 2015 with Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, and Dave came out with full-fledged violence. Then he started dating a girl called Ifoma Isaac Lovett.
The defendant,
adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ social media, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè wípé mo kí gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì, mo kí wá ipa kúbójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí, mo rò pé gbogbo wa láti rí èyí tá gbé wá lọ́jọ́ títí òní wípé ibo nìgbéyàwó, ibo ló ń lọ, ta la rí dálẹ́bi, òun ló yẹ ká pé léyìí, torí wípé kí ni bí ọkùnrin ṣe ń wá dé orí, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà òun lóbìnrin náà òun màná ṣe ń wá adé orí. Gbogbo wa pátápátá lájọ jìn sínú nǹkan yìí. Àtijọ́ tàbí àwọn ìyá wa náà máa ní Ọlọ́run jẹ́ orí bùjókòó jókòó sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọkùnrin náà nìyẹn náà kò ń dé bá ní ká yẹrí, àyàfi kí gbogbo wa ká tún èrò inú wa ká tún pa. Òun ni eléyìí o, èmi ò mọ ojú tí ẹ̀yin fi wò lọ́dọ̀ títí yín èyí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Ṣé ìyá ọlọ́dún méje yìí, ṣé òun ni ká sọ ní odindi ọdún méje kó má ṣí láṣọ? Irú ìgbésí ayé wo leléyìí? Ẹ jẹ́ ká pàdé ní comment section. Ojú tẹ̀yin bá fi wò bó bá ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ títí yín, ẹ bá wọn fílẹ̀ nínú comment section. Èèyàn kan ò kí ń jẹ́ àwádé. Àwa ti ṣe àkójọpọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe ń ṣe lórí ìkànnì wa. A ti ṣe àkójọpọ̀ ẹ̀ wá fún yín. Ó wá kù kí ẹ̀yin kí ẹ sọ ojú wo lẹ fi wò lọ́dọ̀ títí yín. Ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa share, ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa fi comment tiyín sílẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ nígbà àkọ́kọ́, ẹ má gbàgbé láti subscribe. Mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ire lójú owó rí. Ire o. One love. Bye for now.